Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rundown episode 3. We have been trying. It's been sorry for the lack of a game the last 2 weeks. First I couldn't fucking do it, and then Brian couldn't do it, and then Brian couldn't do it again, and now here we are. Uh, and we're here at the very least, finally.
Yes, long time coming. I know y'all were waiting. So
Yeah. Also, for those watching on YouTube, there's also an audio version of the Rundown now available wherever you get your podcasts as well. That should be
cool.
at the Spreaker link. The link to that should be in the Spreaker down below. But more to what we were actually talking about. I wanted to. A lot has happened in the last couple weeks.
Definitely.
Both that I know about, that you know about, and that we both know about. And so I don't think for the next hour we're going to be starved of content. Therefore, I'm going to lead us open with the following video.
Okay.
And I'm going to, because in typical Rundown fashion, we here, I always make sure to show you something to deal you to as an opening little thing of a doohickey, and we'll watch this together. For the folks watching at home, you're only going to get to hear. You're not going to be able to see anything, but you're going to hear it. So let's get ready, shall we? Fuck you mean sound isn't available? Eat my dick. All right, well, I guess we're gonna done doing that one. I guess I'll grab the other one instead, because God is dead
I
and he
think
hates me.
I think you got universaled.
I think it. Yeah, I think it. Oh no, you're right. It did get universal. Oh no! Both
Yeah, you
videos I was
forgot about
gonna.
that.
I forgot about that shit. So we might as fucking well lead into that as the starting thing we're talking about. My fucking God, I forgot about that shit. Yeah, Universal
Ah,
fucks TikTok.
and I find it so funny because it's like TikTok for music and rediscovering music or discovering it for the first time is amazing for publicity, for getting people just to stream your fucking shit. And it makes no sense that Universal is like, X, sure. TikTok. I don't know if you're allowed to post Universal music on X, but I mean, just the idea of it is crazy.
Yeah, but it's also we wouldn't have that like bomb ass Mashal um opening like as poppin' as it was if it wasn't for that. Have you heard that shit?
Yes, I watched Mashal, yo. That shit was fire.
I've read the entire manga. It's great. Like I heard that bed squeaky beat, and I'm like, whoo fucking
Razer also posted an advertisement with that music. It's like for their keyboard or something, like to
no
show off
shit.
its uh, mechanical keys,
No
something
shit.
like that.
Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense. But it truly is like really fucking unfortunate. Like, actually, you know what? I actually don't think it's that unfortunate. It sucks for anybody under the Universal umbrella, but all of the independent beat makers and shit that I follow and I'm aware of, oh, they've been relishing. They've been taking fucking advantage of this shit.
Well, I was gonna say with this universal shit, it's definitely a double-edged sword because the independent artists and creators who are making their own music that don't have to worry about always including other people's songs in the sound, it creates a difference for that, and you get out there way more. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like not like Universal or anybody, the top like 10% of people signed to Universal are not worrying about this deal. But I
No.
worry about the independent artists who are signed to Universal, like the up and comers who just got a record deal and now they can't post their shit on one of the most important social medias for music. Like that fucks with
Well,
the whole entire thing.
it's also important because you have to remember TikTok is the home of the Prime demo
Mm.
of the 13 to 18 crowd. Because if you've
I
got the
mean, it,
13, because here's the thing, think about it. Like Facebook was the home for people 13 to 18 years old 20 years ago. They're
mhm.
still using Facebook. Instagram was that home for motherfuckers 10 years ago. They're still using it. TikTok is that for the people now. And it's and it's gonna, and that means TikTok at least has it for a generation. That's part of the reason what YouTube is like struggling with right now. With they don't have the key demo anymore. That's why they're pushing shorts so hard. People would even argue at the expense of the long term health of like other aspects of the platform. Like they're trying to become Twitch and they're trying to become TikTok simultaneously. And while their streaming advancements, I'd say, have been wonderful, even I will admit that while shorts have absolutely allowed me to like grow my channel exponentially, what I'm not seeing growth in my normal videos in the same way. Like, granted, they changed the algorithm so it'll suggest my videos to people who watch my shorts, which has been helpful and did double or triple the amount of views I was getting on my average video anyways, which is great. But the problem is that people who are pulling up YouTube for shorts are really just using it for shorts. Like, the crossover between shorts users and video users is like a couple percent.
Ironically enough, I'm in that like 1% because whenever I go to shit, I throw on fucking YouTube shorts and I'm just going and going and going and going. But once I'm out of the fucking bathroom, I want to actually watch some shit that's intelligible, that gives me information. I especially like getting my news from YouTube. I know many people don't do that, but well, I take that back. A lot of people do.
Most people over a certain age don't do that. But I will say this though. I will say that YouTube Shorts has a benefit over TikTok in this case. The short form content is just that, short form content. TikTok is trying to be a live stream service. It's trying to be a shop. It's also trying to have long form content, like all of that. And so like there's two types of videos I like, right? 15-second videos that are just, oh, you're gonna punch me in the gut with laughter, or a minute plus video that is explaining something to me, and like that's vaguely interesting with a cadence that I like. And I have to probably scroll through 10 bullshit videos before I can get to one of those two that I'm looking for.
Well, I don't know how you and your girlfriend do your social media, like, if you guys hang out and go through each other's social media. But because me and Noelia do that, I got to go through like 50 fucking cat videos just to get to one video I'm interested in. So I definitely know what the hell you're talking about.
me and Meadows' algorithms are kind of similar because I didn't use TikTok for a while because when I was a single man, it was just ass videos. And I just said, listen, I want to use TikTok. I want to watch TikTok with you. And I can't while there's like women with fat asses that aren't you rolling across the screen. Take my shit for an hour and like fix my algorithm, please. I'm begging you. And she did that, and I've been golden ever since. It's been great.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's honest, like dead ass. Here's the thing, right? It honestly, if you let Noelia do that, your algorithm will like kind of like blend you two together on some level, and as long as you don't like the shit she doesn't like, your algorithm will go back to normal, just minus the shit that is a problem.
Well, there was an interesting thing with TikTok we were doing, like when we were watching Dragon Ball Z and Attack on Titan. I would grab her phone and I would say into the microphone, Attack on Titan, Attack on Titan, Attack on Titan. And then I kid you not, TikTok would throw up like 10 videos in a row of Attack on Titan videos, lore, explained, all that shit. And I was like, yes!
Isn't it fucking wild how like we just don't give a shit about like the complete lack of privacy that we are of the world we're living in? It's fucking wild, isn't it? And here's the thing: I'm not going to change anything I'm doing because like The convenience is not fucking worth it, and also I'm also depressed, and I don't really give a shit.
You want to know you want to know why we're here? Because back when you and me first accessed the internet, nobody said, "Hey, pay $75 for the full year, and you don't have to worry about ads." If somebody would have said that, given our age, we wouldn't have done it. But if somebody would have given that option back when the internet was first coming to fruition, we wouldn't be in the situation we are now. Because I think on average we see like over 1,000 fucking ads a day. We don't even recognize it. Like it's insanity. Every
Yeah, it's
time,
like
every
it's ad buys is like one of the like ad buys are not a good like that are not a good investment anymore. They're just
because
not.
you're good.
They're just not. You have to make, you have one of the things that I've seen TikTokers starting to do with like the TikTok shop shit, because like
Mm.
with the moment people like a lot of people the moment they see a TikTok shop link or somebody like shilling some TikTok shop bullshit, they scroll immediately. I do. I got so fucking tired of TikTok shop that I would go out of my way to block every single person that had a TikTok shop thing that was shilling it, and I had to stop doing that because there's so fucking many.
No, literally. And don't get me wrong, like some of the products, sure, they look cool, but like in
That
reality,
that
I'm not
price
gonna.
does not make sense. I'm not like you're just
That's the
making you're making 50 cents on per purchase by selling me some shit from Alibaba,
it gives
not
Temu
Alibaba,
Temu.
AliExpress. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, it's just dog shit. It's just like dog shit, like products that are just a plastic shell and doesn't have any internals, like getting burned and shit. Like there's no like there people that are using the TikTok shop legitimately, absolutely, but the amount of actual, but the lack of quality control is genuinely despicable.
Well, like this was the issue that like eBay had when it was first coming out, and Amazon had when it first came out. It was like, how do you prove that you are legitimately buying these items? Now, eBay and Amazon have customer service, and amazing customer service. Not Amazon, but eBay definitely. They will help you out
Why do
to
you think
some degree.
eBay's still the fuck around?
Forever. That shit has been around since I've been fucking alive. Forever.
Amazon has tried to do everything to put eBay into the ground and they can't fucking do it.
Because they have not improved their customer service. What's it called? I forgot who said it, but like piracy is a customer service issue, right? And it's
Gabe
like
Newell,
if Exactly. If
God
you
among gamers himself.
and actually that kind of brings me to something else I want to talk about, but I won't go
Yeah,
into it
well,
just
go.
yet.
You're good. Go ahead.
I'm just the fact like you have to be better at customer service for you to even worry about taking out a competitor. Don't get me wrong, if you're in a monopoly s situation where Amazon mainly is with like mom and pop shops, sure. But if you're going up against eBay, which has the reputation of customer service and good customer service, and you know these people are willing to break their back for you, when you go to Amazon and you sign up as an affiliate or you sign up as a drop shipper, you're on your own.
You have to do the marketing yourself, and you don't have like and like you're not the platform holder. You have to get people to go to your specific thing. Amazon's not going to push it forward towards you. You have a it's difficult. There's a reason why like Linus Tech Tips like fucking puts Amazon affiliate links like all in their shit.
Well, the other thing about eBay that I find a real like plus is it is strictly on site. Your feedback percentage, like your rating, is strictly on site. So if you have a shitty experience with a seller, you write that and it reflects it. It's like, hey, Joe Schmo 64 ripped me off with some Pokemon cards. I wouldn't buy anything from him. A lot of the time you can't look at the profile of the seller. You'll see the rating 5 stars, but then you'll experience some bullshit. And you're like, hey, how do I figure this out? And Amazon is like, well,
Get
you got
fucked.
the product. It's not broken. Get fucked. There's nothing we can do. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's like
real
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead
I,
first.
I was I was just you finish the topic and then I'll go off.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, like like yeah, I'm just excited to get into the pirate, like, because I'm very passionate about piracy and shit like that. But it's at the end of the day, like I used to do selling and stuff on eBay through, like, I used to like send like sell shit for like folks, for like a dude or whatever, and he paid me up front for the money to, like, for the services of doing so or whatever. But the point is that it was like, the feedback you like the feedback is like such a scarily important thing on eBay, and it's so easy to like buy good reviews on Amazon. It's dumb. It's insane.
Definitely.
It's like,
Mhm.
it's I wouldn't buy anything from anybody that has less than 5 stars on eBay. But like, stars mean basically fucking nothing on Amazon. You
Yeah,
know, like, you could have a regular product that's perfectly fine and dandy. Like, routinely, like on eBay, the rating is reflective of the seller and the product. On Amazon, it's just reflective of the product.
definitely. Yep. And that's why I like eBay over Amazon on a lot of different things.
Especially buying vintage like gear and equipment and shit. But yes,
Without
continue
a doubt.
onto the next aspect of the conversation.
So, I know you are not an anime watcher, but do you know what's going on with Funimation?
Um, didn't didn't No, I don't. But also, did you hear that they sentenced to life the dude who bombed and killed the Fooly Cooly studio?
Oh no, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that's I think it was the studio behind Fooly Cooly that got bombed to shit, and
Oh shit.
like a guy came in and killed a bunch of people, and he got prosecuted. But what's going on with Funimation?
So Funimation, right? They had they're a streaming website for anime content, everything under the sun, almost exactly like Crunchyroll, right? Back in 2021 or 2022,
They were
Crunchyroll purchased Funimation. Funimation was still open at that time. It's 2024 now, and they're planning on shutting down Funimation. People who brought specials like the Blu-ray editions of Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball Z, Jujutsu Kaisen, insert anime name here, it's now being revoked, even though you can sign up for your Funimation account with Crunchyroll and it'll be applied. So everything that you brought is going away. And this brings me to the thing of piracy. I hate piracy, especially being
I don't.
a creator of some kind. I despise it in the sense of I am giving. Now, I don't understand necessarily the gaming aspect of it or the production side of film, but I hate the idea of people getting a product for free. That being said, if shit like this continues to happen, piracy is the only option. Don't get me wrong, I believe in physical media. I love physical media. I know you love it more than I do. But in terms of this digital age and as things progress digitally, piracy is going to be the main issue.
Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. So,
Literally.
like, I'm gonna be honest. I think I if you can afford if you are in a country where the product that you want to where the product you want to purchase can be purchased legally,
And it is not a crazy amount of money in your exchange rate.
purchased legally by the either uh and that money that you purchase is going to the rights holder. So let me explain, right? So I view the third party Nintendo market as grade A bullshit. It shouldn't have to exist.
Catch me up just because I'm not
Okay.
aware of it.
So let me okay. So Gabe Newell, God Among Gamers, owner and CEO of Valve. You know, in Gabe we trust, said, as we said earlier, piracy is a service issue.
Customer service issue.
Is a customer service issue. And what is in the pinnacle of this is we're going to be in the topic of my next rant is going to be based all around Nintendo. And plenty of Nintendo fans are and if you're a Nintendo fan, you kind of know where I'm going with this. April the 8th. Do you know what happens April the 8th?
Is it another Nintendo Direct?
Nope. Nintendo is shutting down the internet services for all games for the 3DS and Wii U series of games, except for Pokemon Bank. That is getting a whole nother year, and then they're shutting it down. Now here's the thing. You have to remember that the 3DS and Wii U era was the first time that Nintendo has engaged with digital-only transactions. Part of the online services that they're shutting down are the shops. You will not be able to connect to the internet on 3DS or Wii U systems anymore.
And people don't want them to be third-party only.
Here's the thing. EA is a despicable company for a multitude of reasons, and that we all agree. But a lot of EA games there are a lot of EA games that are considered abandonware. You know, games that are, that are just lost media.
Anthem, for those who want an example.
Dark Spore is another even better example. That's a game that you can't. That was one of the first games that you couldn't even play unless you had.
I have that shit. I have that shit on disc, my nigga.
You can't even play that shit anymore, can you?
I know. It doesn't matter. Because you need the online fucking access.
But here's the thing, though. Like, you also have your Mass Effects. You also have this. Like, it's not all on EA Origins Access. It's on multiple consoles. It's on Steam. It's on GOG. It's available. There are cracked versions of the game you can get through GOG, even. So like they're like a lot of the media exists. Some of it's gone. Some of it's here. We hate EA. Whatever. All Nintendo IPs are only on Nintendo systems.
And the only way to play just let me say this real quick. Post April 8th, the only way to play it is
if you downloaded it beforehand.
Or if they make some of the games available, you could download them on the Switch. But if they don't make those games available, they're
not. You're not able to. No. So here's the thing about Nintendo. They did the same thing that they do for everything, where it's like there's no crossover. You can't get. There's no.
No. I'm saying, do they not have 3DS games and Wii U games and Virtual Console?
No.
Fuck them. This is why I know you're going to make a rant video, but this is just what I want to say. Fucking Nintendo needs to go third party like Sega. Can you imagine a fucking Pokemon game on the PC? Can you imagine the fucking mods for that shit? They need to fucking do it. If they like money and they hate their fucking customers, I get why they stay in fucking business the way they do. But please, I have been saying this shit for like 10 plus fucking years at this point. Please become third party only like Sega. Okay.
They will not, because they are a Japanese company, and the Japanese have a very very different outlook on the ownership of like their IPs than Americans do. Specifically,
but so is Sony, and Sony has released exclusives to PC.
Right, but you also need to understand that Nintendo, unlike Sony, Nintendo lives and dies by its intellectual property. It's run by old men who you have to remember that during the heyday of the content creator streaming promotion game thing back during the later years of the Obama presidency, like 2013, 14, 15. This was the golden years of like Twitch and YouTube for video games and streaming. Nintendo didn't start allowing people to start streaming their games without taking that and using footage from their games without taking it down every chance they got until halfway through Trump's presidency in 2018, 2019.
No, I remember when the embargo on videos finally got dropped. I remember that. Yeah. But what I don't understand, Evan, and maybe you could help me understand this.
Happy to.
If the argument is they live and die by their IPs, how do they not make more profit putting it on other consoles? I just don't understand that.
Because they get to have, it's a control thing. It's two things.
That's what I think it is. I don't think
two things. It's two things. It's a cultural thing and it's a control thing. Japan. Here's the thing you need to understand: Japan, Nintendo is bigger than God. It is a cultural staple.
No, I know. Nintendo. I know that.
Like it's huge. Not only that, in part of the reason why they don't have a really good outlook on like fan-made content and fan communities and people and their fans engaging with their content is because Japan doesn't have any fair use laws. Their society doesn't have that conceptually. There's a reason why whenever Japan like tries to do a cease and desist on something, they do it in international courts. That's why if I was going to start a ROM hosting like thing, I IP block the entire I IP block Japan, saying we're not servicing Japan. If you want to sue us, you're going to have to sue us in American court. Or like if if I was like posting a YouTube video or a live stream or something, I try to IP block Japan. Yeah. I don't stream to Japan. I like the only way you can go into Japan is if you use a VPN and pretend you're someplace else. I deliberately don't want to because you guys don't have fair use, y'all, because you suck. Kill yourselves. But that's don't get me started on the decadence and the constant degeneration of Japanese society. Japan Japan right now is a really great example of what America will turn into with time if unchecked late stage capitalism continues and we don't do anything to solve it.
And I want people to understand something very quickly. I don't hate, just in case anybody gets this idea, I don't hate Nintendo, but I hate their business practices. I hate the way that they treat their customers. I hate the way that they treat community events and community, situations. I hate the fact that they stop, online things that use their rights where other publishing companies and other gaming companies don't give a fuck and they let it happen even though they know that it's not sanctioned by the official release of stuff. I just don't I can't understand why Nintendo has such a dedicated fan base that continuously gets fucked and then they turn around and continue to suck the teat from fucking Nintendo. I understand their games are fucking amazing. I'm sitting here as a Nintendo fan because their games are great. And I'm saying they're so great, they need to be on the other shit.
It's captive audience. Nintendo, if like at that point, like their IPs become more valuable than the company themselves.
Their consoles are fucking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years back in the fucking past. We're getting rumors of a second console now. That's up in the air. And it's like, hey, y'all have to. I know y'all don't think that these other companies are really your competition because they've said that before, but you have to at least make a dedicated 1080p system, or at least one that could come close to 1140p, because it's crazy that we're still running 720. And I know the OLED model OLED is also 720. It's not even 1080p yet.
It just has a nice screen. So here's the big thing, right? Here's where it comes with the piracy for me. Like I advocate if I cannot purchase a piece of media from the rights holder, or through a distributor of representing the rights holder, i.e., like a Walmart or something. I say it is morally okay to pirate that shit. It's not legally okay. You shouldn't do it because it's a crime. But if you are a criminal and you don't care about that shit, it's morally okay to do so. Because here's the thing: at the end of the day, I'm not gonna go pay $600 for a copy of Gotcha Force for the GameCube.
I'm
Eat
not gonna
me.
go pay $100 for Condemned Origins on Xbox.
I'm not gonna spend $120 for a refurbished copy of Pokemon Emerald.
Literally, it's craziness.
Functionally, at the end of the
And I
day,
don't,
go
real
ahead.
quick, I just want to say, I don't understand why there hasn't been an Amazon with recycled games. Like, that
That's
would
eBay.
be even like strictly dedicated to it. Because I think if there was a gaming hub for gamers to access old games, maybe even emulated, doesn't necessarily have to be sold, but an emulated website where you could play, name the game, you could play it. Oh my fucking God.
That'd be
Oh my
great.
God.
That'd be great. And
Now you get sued.
there have been websites like that, and they were good. Here's the problem, though, right? Like there is an old man who's like 60 something years old out of Canada. This man maintained the website for some people that were like selling pirated like game systems and shit.
Mm.
They didn't catch the people that were like selling and shipping the games and shit.
But they caught him because he was hosting.
They caught him, and Nintendo sued him for something like $20 million. And because it's in Canada and not America, where you could just declare bankruptcy and like I don't got to deal with that shit anymore, they're garnishing up to 30% of his wages for the rest of his life. And I
Like,
think I think that can also be inherit his children will also inherit that.
and there you go. There you go. To all the Nintendo fanboys, I just want to say, don't support such a shitty company.
I don't even say that. Like if they're gonna put out a game that you want to get, sure, get it, whatever. Like it's you're a captive audience. I'm sorry, but pirate where you can or something. I don't know. In Minecraft, of course. In Roblox.
But real quick, I just want to come back to the Funimation thing. They're also increasing the price for Crunchyroll. And this is the other fucking thing about all this. Why are we losing content and then being charged more?
Because streaming the streaming service model has accelerated like it took what 40 years for the TV companies to kind of reach like their irrelevancy. Like they're like, oh, we can't really offer anything more, I guess we just up the price to make the number to make the line go up. That's all they're doing at this point. They're some of these like streaming services, they just aren't profitable. It's just nobody fucking watches television anymore, and so a lot of these companies have to have streaming services because that's where the fucking audience is.
You know what? Here's another morally right situation. Not legally, morally right
Morally
situation where you
right, we're
could
talking morally.
morally, not legally, morally. What's it called? If you How about this? If you pay for 4 or 5 fucking streaming services and the content that you really want isn't on that $150 price tag every fucking month, go off. Because I'm so tired of hearing about exclusive movies or exclusive TV shows that are only coming to Amazon Prime or Netflix or Hulu. And it's like, fuck you. If I want to see the content, I already pay 4 out of the 5 fucking big names. I might as well get access to it.
At this point, it's like there's a part of me that feels like, why don't we just fucking hold on, let me pause the recording real quick. I have to go help Meadow with something. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Sorry, where were we before I had to go bounce and find something real quick?
That's a good question. I really don't remember,
We were
but
talking about piracy. We were talking about Funimation.
oh, just if it's morally okay if you pay for 4 or 5 streaming services to pirate any
Mm,
other shit that you don't pay for already.
I remember where I left off. What I was gonna say is part of the reason, like I think that like if that would be nice to have, but like you know, there's a reason the fucking union had to fight tooth and fucking nail to get streaming services included in their royalties, which it's just like
Yeah, but let's be so honest. All of those deals are already done prior to releasing of anything. It's not like you pirating content hurts directly the actor who does that performance.
no, no.
I'm talking about fucking over the studios because once again, fuck the
They have all the
studios.
they have all like it's like it's the studios are literally just like it's one of those businesses where I genuinely question like why not having them all be worker cooperatives wouldn't just make the world a better place. We
You
wouldn't
cut
just
out
get
what was
better.
that?
I just it's one of those cases where I wonder why not just making all of the television like all the movie like Hollywood studios and stuff worker cooperatives wouldn't just make it better. Like just everything better. Cuz it's like here's the thing. Like there's just certain businesses that do not need like most businesses I would argue do not need like one a handful of motherfuckers at the top making the decisions, and if they fuck the business up, they get a golden parachute and get to move on to their next gig while everybody else is fucked. Like here's the thing, and this is
Here
kind of like
also,
yeah.
and I want to know if you agree with this. If that small group of people were actually decorated directors, for example, do you think that would then better this situation that we have going on right now? Because I think even if we don't get rid of the full structure, if we just change one part of the structure inside of it already operating, and instead of business people, you put directors who understand creativity and also selling fucking movies, then you get, a positive.
I also think like I also think about all of the money that is just sopped up in share dividends, executive payouts, and bonuses for the C-suite that like an obscene amount of money that could just be reinvested into new projects, paying fucking workers, making things nice. It's just it's sorry, the socialist in me is coming out. Like, and it's not. This is like barely even like socialist. Even it's like it's just like it's still a capitalist system. Like I'm just like why the like it's literally like it's still a capitalist system and shit here. It's just like what's the fucking purpose of like what's the fucking like just in Hollywood alone. Like everybody, there's such a like anybody some like executives 9 times out of 10 do not know what the fuck they're doing. It's like I just imagine like creatives in Hollywood just want to here's a hat. Every time I come up with something cool that I put into this movie, and every part of the movie that's cool, I've turned into a little slip. And so in this and you guys can reach into this hat and grab a few and grab like 3 or 4, and then you can hold on to those, and when you go to your little cocktail parties to get 16 and talk to like your little Epstein parties where 16-year-old girls suck your dicks while you have conversations with your buddies, you can brag about I was the person who told them to use this specific filter in this specific movie.
I mean, I am always finding it interesting in all of these different businesses that once again we are seeing incompetence on the top being badly reflected on the rest of the entire entity. And
100%.
time and time again, I'm always like, how come? I just go back to the fucking Teddy Roosevelt thing. when he's reading The Fucking Jungle and being like, "I'm gonna do something here. When are we gonna have that moment again?"
Meh. I would be genuinely surprised. Like, I think, because here's the thing, right? It's very it, and for those who want to like have like a much more and if for those listening, we're gonna be in politics just for a tiny little bit here, but it's
We're
not gonna
not
be
saying.
super long. We're not staying. But those who want to like hear like more left or wing politics, come back through tomorrow on Sunday. The Red Rundown that I record with my co-host Jules Castillo. She a dirtbag fellow dirtbag lefty out of El Paso. She me and her do a podcast called The Red Rundown and that releases on YouTube and on Friday on Sundays at 10 in the morning. But what I was going to say was I just do not feel like I just feel like the here's the thing. Very wealthy people, the very wealthy class of people are very much detached from reality. So it's like there's a difference between somebody who just got rich, like a DC Young Fly, right? Like versus um a Sackler, someone who's bored into wealth multiple generations over. You know what I mean? Like it's the problem is that
But
you
like
and I, yeah.
real quick, what I mean when I say like these other businesses, I'm talking about like a hospital where everybody is literally on the same playing field because we as patients don't know shit and the doctors and the nurses are the geniuses, right?
Right.
You can go 10 minutes down the street, 15 minutes down the street to a hospital, and depending on what you're ailing from, you can either be killed or you could be cured. And it's a 15-minute car ride difference. Now, what I'm saying is, let's take it out of the film industry and gaming industry for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Strictly focus on hospitals. If
Mm-hmm.
this shit was happening, where let's say childbirth is the issue. You're a woman, you come in, you're about to give birth, you have labor, boom, you're there. For some reason, your fetus dies. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, indifferent, right? It happens, right? But if you come to the conclusion that this hospital was negligent on birth care and they've done it time and time and time again, what I'm not
Looking at you,
understanding,
Florida.
what I'm saying is I don't understand how people are like, hey, this is affecting rich, old, young, poor. We need to do something about it.
It's primarily because rich people like back in the 1920s, right? The way cities and towns were built is to get to the
divided.
factory that supports the town, everybody goes along the same road. There's the same main road that leads to the factory. Well, the rich people go in their carriages to it. The poor people walk to it. Everybody's on the same road. Society was built in the cities was built around. Yes, rich people have their places, poor people have their places, but there's still plenty of places in society where the rich and poor interact. In like you know, it's like like the factory owner lived at the next zip code over.
Mm.
Nowadays, rich people don't live anywhere near like the businesses they own. They might not even know that they own that business off the top of their head. The problem is that in today's day and age, rich people are so say like the rich and poor people are so segregated from each other that rich people genuinely have drunk the Kool-Aid that they deserve to be in the position they are and that they are stewards of the economy, of their businesses, and of the lower classes. It is very much a case of like they believe their own hype. They've been saying that that conservative notion of, they picked themselves up by their bootstraps, they worked hard, they earned this, they are better, and they did better, and they believe it. They don't they think that they think that them having all of the money means that like better things will happen because they will do good things with them. But that it is delusional, and you have to remember that, like, you're like, oh, all of them can't believe that. There is the top 1% of people. For if you split the percentage of people, took $100 and split that among like the percentage of people who are like rich and poor.
The top 1% would get like 97 cents, and the rest would get 3 cents per, something like that, right?
So it's the top 10% have, I believe, 90% of the wealth. Which so say $90, because I was doing it on a scale of 100.
Oh, sorry. So $90 to them, $10 for divided between every other demographic on the bottom 90% of the economy.
The middle class people will have, say, $8, like $8, and then the bottom 50% will have $2, like of wealth as a group. Now here's where it gets really fucked. The top 1%
of that 10%.
has like 95% has 95% of that, and then the top 001% have most of that. So it's like, if you cut off the top 001%, like basically that's the fucking, like, if you cut off the top 001%, that is like, that fixes the graph to such a degree that it looks much more normal.
Well, here's the issue. There's no incentivization of CEOs, business owners, like very, very successful business owners, to take any hit on their profit. But if somebody threw out the idea of, hey, you can only make $50 million a year and walk away profits. But hold on. If you line my pockets as a politician, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z for you. I just don't understand why that's not also a fair tactic that's being employed here. Because I just think, don't get me wrong, not that situation would be much better, but I still believe that it would be a net benefit compared to them walking away with $150 million every single year, and then they do nothing with it. It goes into stocks. It goes into this. It's not liquid money.
Well,
and it's not taxed.
You want to know why? Back in the 50s and 60s, the average CEO pay was only 30 times that of their lowest paid worker.
Because there were probably protections to make sure that profits didn't. Oh,
no. You know what the solution was?
No, because profits weren't that high. We weren't nearly that set. What's it called? When you were offered a product, you had actual competition back in the day.
No. Let me finish. Because back in the day, that was the most prosperous continuous period in American history, if you were white, of course. But regardless, you have to. Here's the thing. Do you want to know what the solution was to make companies invest in research and development, invest in shit like pensions and high wages for employees? You know what the solution was for that, without having really any government intervention on telling them like how much you can pay your shareholders and shit?
Yeah, the unions.
No, taxes. A 90% tax rate on corporate profits. Do you know what that does? You know what that does? You know what's considered an expense? Payroll. You know what else is considered an expense? R&D. You know what else is considered an expense? Like expanding the business. Those things you write off on your tax. That's all those tax loopholes and shit that we have. Those tax loopholes, some were obviously made like during Reagan's fucking time and shit, but like a lot of those tax loopholes existed to incentive, like saying you can write this shit off, write this shit off, write this shit off, to incentivize companies to spend the money that they earned internally to pay people better wages, give them better benefits, in growth, and invest in their people. And so and here's the thing, when you lower that like to 37%, which is what I think it's currently at right now, that money, they don't have a reason to put it back into the business. Because the only people that suffer with like a 90% tax rate are the shareholders, because they don't get to because anything that's left over after all those expenses is turned from gross to net. The net's lower because they tax that shit. And so
wow, Evan. So what you're actually saying is we shouldn't have the civil rights movement because they started increasing tax rates at 1963 with Lyndon Baines Johnson. Wow, I can't believe you would say that on Black History Month.
What are you talking
about? No, I'll get it. What's it called? When they started raising the tax rates again, it was because of Lyndon Baines Johnson. LBJ was also the one who did the civil rights movement. So he was pretty much like, hey, we either got equality for black people or we got good corporate taxes.
The high tax rates started under FDR.
No. I'm saying when they started to increase again. When they started to decrease again. So
there was 90% obviously is really high, and it's
from 1944. Just let me say this: 1944 to 1963. That's when the 90% tax rate was. 1963, they started raising it.
By the way, that was one of the most prosperous and continuous prosperous eras of economic activity in the history of the human race. By the way,
we were also involved in two of the most profitable wars at the time.
We are a war economy. But again, like, regardless of how we made our money, like, the tax structure argument remains the same. But
I just want to get your take on something. I'm sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but genuinely, in 1963, after fucking Kennedy got his dome ripped the fuck off, LBJ was like, "How do we deal with these fucking blacks?" And the idea from Democratic, because he was Democrat, right?
Yeah, he was a Democrat.
Okay, but this was back when the Democrats were still racist as shit. So today.
So you got to remember that
today Democrats.
The party switch wasn't complete. The party switch between the North and the between the North and the South was not complete until Reagan.
Yeah. And
granted, all of the racists moved to the Republican Party after this. There were no more. The concept of the Dixiecrat was kind of dead after Lyndon B. Johnson's presidency.
But I'm saying, like, since this is when the tax rate started to decrease, do you think that the idea of, hey, we either keep these 90% tax rates or we deal with this civil rights stuff? Because I gotta be honest, aside from that, at the time, what could have LBJ offered anybody to be down with the civil rights movement?
Here's the thing, like, we're like the economics and the social aspect of this are separate. It's not like he was like debating, like begging companies like, oh, lower your tax rate if you stop fucking lobbying against this shit.
I'm not saying that he was out. I'm saying inside politics in Washington, D.C. when he was faced, because when he took over from Kennedy, he had like 2 years left. It was already 2 years that Kennedy served. So he had to worry about re-election. And as it's mounting with the civil rights movement getting worse and worse with the Selma riots and everything, the Selma March turning into fucking, police brutality and everything like that, I do find it very possible for him to get reelected. He had to kind of incentivize this Republican-esque economic plan for the future. That's what I'm saying.
I haven't looked into that specific thing, so I can't, speak on it. But sure, for simplicity's sake, sure.
I'm also not trying to do the usual politics.
But here's the thing: like, it was like it was still above 60. It was like still 60-70%, which is still really high. And it's still, but this was also like a time period, like this was in businesses still reinvested most of their like stuff, because again, high taxes means, like if you lower your tax burden, you can have a higher net. And blah blah blah. Point is that it wasn't until the devil became president, Ronald Reagan, that I honestly, like, unironically, I blame the continued enshittification of the United States solely. Like, I put the beginning of that decline solely at the feet of Ronald Reagan and the conservative movement.
I don't disagree. I just feel like it starts earlier. That's my only thing. Because I feel like to give you an example, I feel like you would have never had an acceptable. America would have never been accepting of. I don't want to say the T word, and then everybody's like, "Oh my fucking god!" But I don't think people were ever going to be as accepting of Trump if they didn't have a situation like Nixon in the past. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, the shadiness of politics, I think it really started to get brought out of the shadows with Nixon. And I know you're talking strictly about conservatism.
So I actually know a bit about this. You're not incorrect, and I get your vibe about this, because the aftermath of Nixon, the conservative movement in this country looked at this shit, specifically Rupert Murdoch, looked at the impeachment of Nixon and said, the media fucked us. We can never let this happen again. We need to have, like, our own control and narrative. And conservative talk radio, like, they started investing over the course of the next 20 years. They firstly worked towards getting Reagan elected, and then in the aftermath of Reagan, they started, conservative talk radio, conservative newspapers and magazines. They, it's kind of, they wanted to have a information sphere where they controlled the narrative. So if somebody in their camp was being a fuckhead, they could prevent them from getting nailed to the wall, which is how you get these two information universes we live in today. There's, the Fox News, Rush Limbaugh, and like the New York Post are prime examples of that wish to never have another Nixon again.
And I mean, look at real quick. Look what's going on.
But from the economic policy standpoint.
I'll concede and say it's right. Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be, because it's like, even when Lyndon B. Johnson lowered the tax bill a little bit, there's still very strong unions in this country, and fucking Reagan kneecapped them along with the tax rates, which gave corporations the ability to just run fucking wild.
Okay, a last subject that I want to talk to you about. Okay, because have you heard the name Justin Moan?
Justin Moan. I have not. This is something that I know nothing about.
Okay, well, take a seat, Evan, because this is not a very sunshine and daisies type story.
Oh, boy.
I would even refrain from looking it up. I'll just tell you. Justin Moan is a.
That's a name.
I think it was
Moan.
I think it was 37 years old. I think that's his name, Justin, something like that. Last name is Mohn, Moan, right? He has quite a downfall after college of not being able to, really find his footing. He has to move back in with his parents past 30. That's never a good situation,
Never feels good, yeah.
He has a college degree. He feels like the government has fucked him because of predatory loans. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with him on that idea. However, his His going about it is quite wrong. So he tried to sue the federal government 4 times for $10 million. Mind you, his loans were co-signed by his parents and fully paid off by his parents. After the fourth and final trial, I don't know what happened, but something in him snapped, and he decided to go after his father. Mind you, his father is a federal worker. Now, when I say federal worker,
I heard this story. I know this story. Oh, the fucking Lord!
This
I didn't
man
know.
cut
Off his dad's head.
And he was a civil engineer. It wasn't like he was working in fucking politics. He was a civil engineer, Evan. And for 15
and
minutes,
also, he fuck him because we don't have many of those.
He posted a 15-minute video where he shows the beheaded head.
He says, where he was talking about like it was like one of the.
He loves local government, hates federal government. He shout out his New Jersey senator or mayor or governor, I forget which one, and he said to his cronies, the 12 people that were watching him live, he said, I am the president and I am declaring martial law with 12 people. Now, I am all for going against the government for predatory student loans. But Mr. Moan, we can't behead people.
I heard that he was like also going on about like how like the federal government is corrupt and shit, and it's just I heard he like quoted like Tim Pool or some shit. Like
probably. I didn't watch the whole 15 minutes. I have time on my. I don't have that type of time on my hands. I'm good.
Also, I don't want to see snuff. Thank you very much.
Sadly, I already watched it because I'm the type of person who I'm like, okay, if the video is there, I do want to see it. I know how fucked up it is.
I'm surprised you two kept it up. That sounds like some live.
No. Anybody who wants to go there, usacrime.com. That's all.
Okay.
You don't even have to put that in the description.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I think you would get demonetized, but
yeah, but that's like the fucking like man, and I also remember hearing that he was like also like a magatard too.
Also, he gave in his medical marijuana card the day before he brought the gun. He also received the gun the time at which he purchased. I thought you were supposed to wait a week.
Do you hear that the parents of like the parents of like a school shooter or some shit are getting hard time for failing to like parent and shit and prevent their kid from doing that shit?
Do you know which kid?
Let me Google it real quick. Parents charged with,
because I think I remember hearing something like this, because if he did his homework or if he did his chores, he could go out and shoot, something like that, and then he did the school shooting. So
yeah, the Crumbleys, the Michigan shooter, Ethan Crumbley. Yeah, they're
Ethan Crumbley, rest in peace. Rest in piss.
Piss, correct. Thank you.
Not peace.
Piss. Well, no,
peace.
He didn't kill himself. He turned himself in, and like his journals and shit were leaked. And I'm like, first of all, it's like the most anime main character syndrome bullshit on the planet. And secondly, go ahead.
Really, we should sanction lonely ass fucking 18-year-olds to go get fucked, because I'm so over this. If they just got a little taste of pussy, there would be no school shootings. Genuinely.
You know what's a really really fucking good correlation, or is like correlation for school shooters?
Antidepressants.
Misogyny.
And how do you get rid of misogyny? You have to experience women. You have to be around them. The idea that men naturally grow into misogyny is so backwards. That men...
it's a socialization thing, yeah.
If men are surrounded by masculine men 24/7 who are not allowed to be humans, then misogyny is going to happen.
Yeah, misogyny isn't birthed; it is taught. It is something. It is forced upon you by society, and if you don't know any fucking if nobody ever tells you like once you find here's the thing, if you know that there's another, if people show you that there's a different way and you choose not to go that way, that's on you.
Yeah, then you are insert adjective here. But if you don't have, let me take this back. If you don't have that experience, if you then get opened up to that experience and you still deny it, you're still an asshole and you're still a racist or a misogynist or whatever.
Absolutely, which is which in the age of the internet, like, you have to put in work to not experience that shit, because the amount
Well,
of
I'd
go
say
ahead.
it depends on what side of sect you are.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because the internet is really good at becoming a, what do they call it, where everybody
Bubble.
disagrees with you.
Uh,
Yeah, but
uh,
tunnels from
uh,
there.
tunnel vision. Uh,
Probably not, but it's okay. The bubble, exactly. You stick in your bubble. And uh, I don't know if the internet really allows you to break out of that bubble once you're in it. I made the argument that you have to do real, real work in the real world to get out of the bubble that social media and the internet put you in.
you do, and it's but at the end of the day, here's the thing, though, right? Like, if you grew up in a household with a mom and other women, like, like, in like, it's like, I like in you're a young man, and you grow up like and still be a misogynist, like, your parents fail your parents, your mom and your dad failed you.
You know what? I want to let, let me see your opinion on this.
Go for it.
Given my, because you know me so well, given my
Mm-hmm.
background, do you think,
AI High School's number one fuck boy for 2016. Yes, I know.
do you think it is, I don't know. I think when I was younger, I would make the argument that for men and women, like with my grandparents, you have to go equally as hard on them. I'm saying in like an argumentative sense. I have come to the conclusion that at times the threshold that I'm not, I hope I don't sound fucking, misogynistic or being like women are weaker, da 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 da. But I have found that in arguments, in yelling, women tend to shut down quicker than men do. And I think there is a ability that at times some men have who are interested in arguments and interested in getting into that type of headspace, that they are accepting of it and they know that it doesn't necessarily mean something about themselves. It's the subject.
So, if I may,
Help me here. Help me
if I
here.
I can see how you think it's that way, but here's the thing you have to remember, right? It's specifically straight women here.
Mm.
Um, Straight women are attracted to a demographic that they like, but is also simultaneously the number one cause for their harm, abuse, and death.
Well, if
So
I
here, let me finish. I'm going somewhere with this. Bear with me. Bear with me.
can
The re
I just
just real quick.
very
Go for it. Go.
okay. Just because I just want to finalize the point, I was just going to say that at times concession, meaning like not being over physically overbearing, physically intimidating, is more more equal than constantly going 100%, 100% of the time.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what you meant by that. My apologies, but let me just wrap this up because I was about to get to my point.
No problem.
With me saying that, you have, like, it's also, you have to remember that um you might think that, like, women shut down in arguments, not because like they're more docile or less thing. Meadow and I will go, like, if we're arguing about shit, we'll go back and forth, but you know, it is a case of your like it's a defense mechanism, and it very well might be a case of like you are safe, you're a safe person to them, but like it is very much like I am not feeling safe at the moment in this conversation. I'm going to shut down because that type of stuff. It's patriarchy. It's a patriarchy thing, and also you have to remember that
Well, very quickly, I think
go for it.
I was just going to say, I think the patriarchy mentality was more so when I was younger, on the sense of let me go as hard as I can,
Yeah.
because you should be not accepting of this behavior, but you should be willing to meet me at this challenge. Like I'm posing a challenge.
I would also argue that living in the house that you were living in growing up, you had to argue that hard if you wanted to feel seen and be heard.
Oh, without a doubt. And
yeah. So I think it's more that than anything, because
that I would say it's 50-50, because just like it's my upbringing, it's other people's upbringings as well. And when you are having such a culture shock of different upbringings, it's like, hey, I do this one way because this is how I was raised. You do this one way because this is how you were raised. When we're in the middle of it, is it better for me to try your tactic and maybe you try mine? And obviously not, because that's just going to end up, being an argument. But I have seen the what's it called? Like when the shoe is on the other foot and the attempt to be more like my tactic does happen. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely feel a little better because I'm like, hey, at least I know where niggas stand, What you reading about?
GC, why? Like, what the? Why is everybody mad at Larry David?
People shouldn't be mad at him. He went on the a Today Show type thing and he choked out Elmo.
That's funny as shit.
You haven't seen that video? Please look this up.
Hold on, I'll pull up. Larry David attacks Elmo. Now, granted, I love Elmo. No hurt Elmo. But that sounds funny as shit. Hold on, let me pull this up.
Yeah, throw that on the stream, because it's on YouTube. They'll let you play it.
It was supposed to be a gag. Curb Your Enthusiasm star Larry David jokingly attacking Elmo on morning TV, but boy, has it ignited a firestorm.
There's big reaction.
That sounds like this is exactly what fucking Larry David would do, though. I've seen enough. Because
this is his show.
Yeah, that's fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like, what the fuck you expect, right? So Star Trek Next Generation actor Will Wheaton rages at Larry David for Elmo attack. Appalling, unforgivable, despicable.
Get off your fucking high horse. It's a goddamn hand puppet.
And then I'm on Blue Sky, right? Because Blue Sky is just Twitter but better. Without having a fucking man-child running the sinking ship into the ground. I'm on Blue Sky, and like somebody says, like posted this and said, Larry David is going to come out of retirement and make an episode about this fucking weenie, Will Wheaton. And then somebody quote tweeted that and said, every day we are reminded of the importance of logging off.
I mean, how do you feel about this creating a controversy out of every fucking thing, whether it deserves it or not?
I think a lot of it is motherfuckers reaching. Like, do you remember like the Grammys the other last year where like Bruno Mars was smoking on stage and like there was like think piece after think piece shitting on him for it, and I'm like, who cares?
It's not like he was doing fucking crack on the stage.
Yeah, like who gives a shit? Like I certainly didn't give a damn. Like,
I mean, we had not that this was our generation, but how many generations ago was it when fucking Jimi Hendrix and all these niggas who were doing heroin were walking on the stage?
They had fucking Coke spoons around their neck and shit.
I mean, can we stop? Real quick, that also brings me to the Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action one coming to Netflix.
Please let's talk about it, because Meadow is.
Do you want to get her in here?
No,
she wants to talk about it.
She doesn't want to talk about it because like fucking Israel Palestine has her brain so fried at like how awful that is, which is fair. But I'm so fucking dead brain politics brain and shit that I need light shit like Avatar. Like yes, it's negative, but it's like less negative than all this other shit. So it feels better, you know. So I've needed somebody to talk to about this, bro.
But I just don't understand. They want to go after Game of Thrones.
The original creators left the project years ago.
So, Evan, they want to go after I know you probably know this, but they want to go after Game of Thrones audience members to attract attention to the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. Hold on, wait.
What?
Sokka, it no longer has the arc of him being aware that women can also be badass. The whole entire reason for Katara opening up Aang and getting him out of that fucking glacier was because she was pissed at Sokka being like, women are gatherers only. The Kyoshi warriors. Hello?
Yeah,
Suki? That was my fucking crush.
Dude, like, here's the thing. Them getting rid, like, here's the thing. I understand like that type like misogyny and stuff, but here's the thing. It was never framed as a good thing. He was always framed as the butt of the joke, and it was never considered a positive thing. In fact, his casual misogyny was then later rectified by him getting having his masculinity fucking shredded by the Kyoshi warriors, and then him growing a fucking pair, becoming a real man, and adopting their ways and saying, "Teach me, I want to be better," and him earnestly doing it. It's like
wearing a fucking dress and still kicking ass.
Sokka, Sokka is a really good example in media of growing and of someone who is a blatant misogynist and not be in going through an arc to not be one anymore. You know, so it in growing as a person to not to stop viewing women as objects and inferior, which they're not. You know, so another thing, right? They're trying to make it more for an adult audience, which I'm just like.
That I just want to talk about that really quick.
Yeah.
Why can an adult audience not differentiate the difference between a good character and bad flaws, but children for years could? It makes no sense.
It's also why can't adults be partial to childlike whimsy? Husband Hotel is a really good example of this shit.
I wish I could get into it. It is too musical-esque. Still looks great.
Fair enough.
I respect it.
Yeah, it's Hazbin Hotel's a really good example of whimsy for adults, and it works. And you don't even Avatar dealt with adult themes and shit. You can be if you want to have the adult themes and shit in Avatar, be more explicit about it. Be more explicit over the genocide of shit that's happening. Be explicit over the war crimes and the problematic nature of Northern Water Tribe patriarchal culture and
they're getting rid of the propaganda thing with the fucking Rock Nation, and I'm like, why are you doing this? How come the Earth Nation when I was a child was walking around and telling everybody fucking propaganda that the shit was not going down, but adults who were supposed to be more mature can't handle that?
I didn't know that they were getting rid of that aspect of the Boxing Say arc.
Yep, it's no longer going to be
fucking believable.
They're not going to deny it. And you want to know why? The showrunner said it was because it is harmful for states to have propaganda, and it is not good for our media. Are you not teaching us that propaganda is bad by showing it?
You want to know how I learned propaganda was bad? watching Avatar: The fucking Last Airbender, the Ba Sing Se saga, how unsettling and awful it feels within Ba Sing Se, is abso-fucking-lutely like a great example of under what fucking planet? Here's the thing. Oh, you're not glorifying it. You're it's at no point in the show is it shown to be a good thing. Are you condemning its existence? Like, this shit exists. Like, we as kids were able to recognize that propaganda was bad, and you're saying, oh, states shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, I agree, they shouldn't, but they do. And the framing here is showing it as bad. Showing it at all is not a negative thing. You are telling, ostensibly, the story of Avatar: The Last Airbender is ostensibly a anti-war piece of media. It shows how war hurts the people that are being warred against. It displays how people are being harmed that are doing the war, and it shows that everybody at every point in this is suffering except for the motherfuckers, the individuals in power perpetuating it. The generals, the Fire Lord, the nobles. That's
it. And I think it also showed like the only people who didn't have to worry about this type of shit, about this type of struggle, were the people who were living peacefully in the Fire Nation. But every other piece of this world was either genocided, destroyed, forced into submission. And how on earth are you seeing all of these childish, and I only say they're childish because they were put in the child version of this fucking media. How can you take all these childish ideas and then say that they're too adult for an adult audience? The other thing, Aang is supposedly going to be serious from the beginning. He's not going to want to fuck off and play. And again, one of the main staples of Avatar is him realizing, oh shit, I might be 12, even if I was in that glacier for 300 years.
The loss of childhood innocence.
I need to fight. I'm the only one who can. He needs, if you don't come to that realization, especially if younger teens, because I'm guessing 13 to 18 is also a demographic that they want to watch this fucking show. How do you not create that story for a new generation of kids growing up? That one day you have to accept, hey, I'm grown up, even if I don't feel that way.
Also, if you're getting rid of, also here's another funny aspect. Let's just bring it back to the Aang gang. They're getting rid of the forced motherhood role that Katara was forced in, and getting rid of that whole subplot and narrative and that nature of her character. What the fuck is she?
Because it's sexist.
What it is sexist, but it's also like a reality that many of women all over this world and in this country, by the way.
No. I was saying it was sexist. Like, that's the reason why.
Yeah, it's also what is she? That also means she's not. She's good. Like, what's her beef gonna? Like, what's her conflict with Toph gonna be then? Because Toph, as a person, chafes under the maternal and paternal tendencies of her family. She does not handle.
Toph is about to be a black deaf person. I'll scream.
She's not she's gonna hear the vibrations in the earth instead of see them.
I mean, why do they do this every time? Halo was another fucking example of this. Thank God I didn't watch it. But like, first episode, they take Master Chief's fucking helmet off. I don't get why they keep doing this.
Here's my thing. You know what it's I think it's two things. It is either two things or a combination of the two things. Apathy for the subject matter and ego. Apathy in the case of, fine, Netflix came to me with this, I'll direct it, fine, I'll make some edits but I'm going to make some edits so I feel more comfortable with this shit. And the second is ego saying, I'm a big shot director. I'm a big shot writer. I know what the fuck I'm doing. it doesn't matter that this shit is a fucking staple and has already been written, and I just have to make some light changes to adapt it to film. I'm gonna put some effort in this. I know better. It is apathy towards the subject matter and ego. Like there is a reason, there is a reason why the Marvel movies did so well for as long as they did, and they still do well, even if now they're just committee like movie by committee slop. Like it is simply because they did they followed the broadly the storyline of the comics. They didn't deviate too much. They maybe changed some stuff to make it more age appropriate for a PG audience, and they just kept it pushing. Like it's why the fuck did Henry Cavill leave The Witcher? Why the fuck did Henry Cavill leave the set of The Witcher? It's because the motherfuckers that wrote it did not respect the subject matter, and because they didn't fucking respect the subject matter, they wanted and Henry Cavill did. He was like, I can't fucking do it, and I'm sure fucking Thor is doing a great job as Henry Cavill, but everybody as Geralt of Rivia. But as far as I've seen from everybody saying, they're like, they ain't fucking it. Same thing with Game of Thrones. Those two douchebags were so excited to go work for Disney and get their next big fucking payout working for Star Wars that they fumbled. Not only did I think their deal get canceled because of how they handled the last season of Game of Thrones.
What show? Or what thing for Disney are you talking about?
I think Disney offered them head writer positions on 2 Star Wars projects.
Oh.
And then they saw that
Thank
shit,
God.
and you're like, and you know what? We're gonna stick with David Favreau, please and thank you.
I mean, say what you want about David Favreau, but like he's kind of killing it in the Star Wars world. I'm not gonna lie.
I am not a Star Wars fan. I hate the Star Wars movies. I don't hate them. I'm so uninterested in all the Star Wars movies except for the prequels, because the prequels have like the political intrigue and like subtle world building I like. And
Did you like the Clone Wars, the animated series?
I never watched it.
Because I would have told you.
I saw clips, and I bet I would have. And from the clips I've seen, I know I would have loved it. I'm not you know me, I'm not a TV guy. But
part of the reason why I just say that Favreau is so good for fucking Star Wars, like Ahsoka, maybe a lot of people didn't like it, but in terms of being a true Star Wars fan from the Clone Wars animated series, it is a fucking perfect continuation of that story.
Good. Like
they bring back Hayden Christensen.
No shit, really.
So you actually feel like Ahsoka and Anakin are on fucking screen. Like that feeling alone, that feeling of nostalgia of being like, holy fucking shit. And they also take the little girl from Barbie, put her in the makeup of Ahsoka, so it's actually young Ahsoka with adult Anakin. Like that shit was so fucking cool, yo. You don't get those moments with Marvel. You don't get those moments with these fucking remakes. And I don't get why.
Because the people that they hire to write them are not fans of these mediums.
Not that I don't get why. I definitely get why. Because, like, just to take your 2 points of apathy and ego for a second, the main actor who played Master Chief in the Halo series, I think it's
Frank
Paramount
Castle.
Or literally that. Hold on. Wait. Bear with me. Literally, either him or the director of the show touted how they did not watch or listen or play the games at all. That was the first fucking nail in the coffin. The second one is after they took off his fucking helmet, which again, over the course of 5 or 6 Master Chief fucking games, he has never done.
I don't think he did it in the novels either.
No, because he's not supposed to. He's a fucking Marine. It's a part of his fucking, uniform. What Marine do you know would go into war out of uniform?
Yeah, exactly.
But they were coming out about how the fans don't understand the media because what they made is really supposed to be what Halo is. And now they're going back on all that, and for season 2, they're actually trying to go. They're doing the Reach game, so they're trying to actually go into it. But
the problem is that a lot of all the people that are in the positions to do the writing now are old as shit, and because they're old as shit, they don't view video games as an important and viable storytelling medium. Because they don't view video games that way, they don't respect the intellectual properties that come out of that medium. Hence why things that hence why it's shit.
you know what video game movie is coming out this year, right?
Which one?
Borderlands.
Oh no, I'm so scared because you know how much of a Borderlands fan I am. I'm so
Kevin Hart's gonna be Roland.
Who's gonna be Hart? Who's
Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart.
Hart is going to be deep voiced, mild mannered, calm Roland.
You know what? I actually want you to get the cast.
Borderlands franchise.
Get the cast list up because I want to see your reaction.
Why? What?
This might be worse than the Avatar.
I need you to say that again for me. Say that one more time. I need to hear that again.
Kevin Hart is going to play Roland the soldier from Borderlands.
I hate everybody. I would rather them get fucking Crispy in the side chat said get Chris fucking Pratt to play Roland.
Please look up the cast list. I want you to have a full conniption.
Jamie
Lee Curtis is in it.
Please tell me she's not playing Lola.
Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. I don't know who she plays, but
Borderlands movie cast. Why do you want to hurt me, Brian? Why do you want to hurt me? Why do you want to hurt me? Who the fuck is Larry?
You're kidding. You're kidding. Not the little girl from Barbie. She's really gonna be Tiny Tina? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't see that at all.
Gina Gerson. Who is she? You know what? I can see her as Moxie. That's fair.
Okay.
This someone was smoking crack. I'm not saying Kevin Hart can't act like he can't in certain roles, but he's fine, but like
press down on the show more. I want to know who does Brick.
Jamie Lee Curtis as Patricia Tanis.
I see that. I can respect that.
That him at Fleur. Okay, that's Krieg. That's fine.
Oh, he's gonna be Krieg. Fuck yes, I love Krieg.
Yeah. Oliver Richards is Crom. Crom is such a unrelevant character, but whatever, fine, cool. Kate Blanchett as Lilith. Yeah, sure, I can see it. Who the fuck is Larry?
He's literally just a soldier. No, Bobby Lee even said,
"Oh my god!"
The soldier.
He's like Steve. Ayo, like that dude. Like what?
Literally. Claptrap is Jack Black. Yes, yes. Actually, that's fucking amazing. Yes,
that might actually save this fucking movie.
That's amazing. That is fucking amazing.
They're gender bending Knox.
Okay, go off.
Who the fuck played Cable in Deadpool? That's who should be playing General Knox, because General Knox is a gruff, suicidal, depressed old man in a giant robot suit. Benjamin Brian Davis as Marcus, I can take that. Charles Below as Hammerlock? Okay, whatever, fine, you know.
That's the nigga with the cut off arm, right? The half robot one?
Yeah, sure. Like that I don't care about. My thing, I'm just like,
yo, Benjamin Byron Davis is what's his name? Dutch in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Stephen Boyer as Scooter. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think they have Brick in this one. RIP.
Hold
That's
on.
okay.
You know, no Brick, no Mordecai? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's right. They don't have the sniper either. Yep.
Hold, I need to look at this on IMDb. He's in the second game. A pox on all their houses. What fucking story are they telling? If they're telling the first game, this is so far out of goddamn whack. It's not even funny. Like, are they trying to do something between the first and second game or whatever?
Probably.
Also,
they're probably going to do...
And they can't. They can't. You want to know why they can't? Because General fucking Knox is dead before the end of the first game in the third DLC. What are they doing? I'm in pain. I'm even if Miss Janina Gavankar is playing General Knox, even like which by the way doesn't necessarily make sense for that character because you're fundamentally changing it. Like I'm not saying General Knox, like maybe if they gave her like a you know, butch haircut and like some scars and made her grizzled and made her smoke a cigar, I can see it. That's fine. But I don't know if they're going to do that. And I'd be fine if they did, but it's like, even if that's the case and they do it and they do, and she does do justice to the character, which I'll hold confidence because I'm not about to make a judgment on that. What the fuck is the plot of this movie? What the fuck is the plot of this movie? You have Roland and Lilith. You have
and it's live action. This isn't animated.
I know it's live action.
I don't know how the fuck they got Roland as Kevin Hart. That's crazy.
Whose dick did he have to suck to get that gig? Why does he want that gig?
He looks nothing like him. He's the smallest black man out there. What the hell?
To be fair, Roland's a midget. Kevin Hart fits that bill. Fine. The problem is his voice, and I don't know, and like Roland is a neutral, mild-mannered, not excitable person. That is, Kevin Hart doesn't really play those types of characters.
What are you talking about, man? He was that type of character in the Jumanji series.
He was playing, Kevin Hart was playing the role of a 13-year-old girl who got transported into Jumanji. Like, I don't want to hear it. So my day is ruined. I want to go die. I hate everything. Why can't I have nice things? I hate it. Fuck you, Brian. I didn't need to know about this. I hope you stub your toe when you walk to the bathroom tonight to go piss. Fuck you.
Oh, I do it. Jack Black is Claptrap, though. Great choice.
Here's the thing. I'm completely okay with Jack Black as Claptrap. Because Jack Black gives a shit about the characters they're doing. Now, granted, Jack Black's a fucking gamer. Capital G gamer. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he played...
love doing it.
I know that his prep for this was playing the Borderlands games. I don't think Kevin Hart's gonna do that shit.
Bobby Lee probably did, but he's also, you know, a fucking Steve.
Like, who's the fuck is Larry? Also, why, like, Crom is like such a nobody in the Borderlands games. He is literally a fucking turret that you shoot.
Jacobs meaning the gun seller Jacobs?
Like, is he supposed to be playing Hammerlock's partner? But no, that's not a plotline till the third game.
Well, I'm saying if it's like the first or second game, that has to be the seller of the Jacobs weapons.
I guess so. Maybe he's just an NPC basically at that point.
I guess, but I thought his name was Marcus.
Marcus is here already. Marcus is being played by
Benjamin.
Byron Davis.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I can see that. Give him a gold tooth, like shave his beard down the center. Yeah, it'll be good. But like, I just, God, that hurts me. I hate you.
So then, I need to know who Jacobs in Borderlands is because I don't remember.
I will say Gina Gerson definitely, I think, will make a good Moxie.
Oh, Wainwright Jacobs? I remember that nigga.
Yeah, Wainwright. If he's playing Wainwright Jacobs, that's fine. But here's the thing. This movie's all over the fucking place.
Yeah, it is. If the commander from the first game that died in the DLC is still present while the third game is going on, huh?
Are they?
And then you have Krieg in there, which is Borderlands 2. That wasn't Borderlands 1. That much I know.
Yeah, I have opinions, and I am upset, and I hate this, and I want to die, and this has gone way over because I know that everybody in the fucking audience right now that is listening is waiting for a fucking goddamn tournament to start, which I was supposed to start 22 minutes ago, and I feel bad, so we probably should end this. Why do you want to hurt me, Brian? Why do you show me this shit?
You literally had to clip this section and just post it.
I already did. I already got the clip. I'm good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the rundown. I've got a Winston Cup to go run, and I swear to fucking God, if Chara's not here, he's the only reason we're playing this shit.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching from me. Follow me on social media, no.2_Brian, at no.2_Brian. Love you, Evan. I hope you have a good tournament.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I also have an announcement for those listening before March 1st, 2024. I am doing a subathon, March the 21st at 6 p.m. And that subathon, your boy is broke. I have negative money in my bank account, and your boy needs the help. So I'm doing a subathon on the 21st, on the 1st of March, Friday the 1st at 6 p.m. I have an entire my web app. I'm building out an entire tip page with with a tip menu that allows you to not only add time to the timer, but also allow you to engage with the stream in meaningful ways, including paying $10.50 to immediately make myself kill myself in game, which should be fun. But regardless, keep an eye out for that. Mark your calendars. Thank you so much for listening to the rundown. Number 3, we'll be back next week. You and I, Brian. Brian, don't leave just yet. After I stop recording, you and I need to take 5 minutes to pick a time when we're recording, so we don't have 2.5, 3 weeks of no posting. But have a go on, everybody. So, follow no.2_Brian on Instagram, and all that. But toodles.